The first person to make a crusade that Black Lives Matters was born of slave parents in 1862. Her name was Ida B. Wells, and at the age of 15, both of her parents died of yellow fever, and she became a school teacher as she raised her 5 younger brothers and sisters. When she was 22, she moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and enrolled in Fisk University as she wrote articles for Black newspapers under the pen name Iola. But when she was 29, she got fired because she wrote an article about the inadequate school facilities for Black children. So she, with a partner, began the Memphis Free Speech newspaper. And in 1892, 3 Black men Ida knew personally were lynched. She wrote an article that the real reasons they were killed was not because they had committed a crime, but an economic reason. Shortly afterwards, she left town for business, and her newspaper offices were burned and her life was threatened. So she never returned to Memphis. But this was the beginning of her work, writing, speaking, and organizing against the lynchings of Black men. 2 trips to Great Britain after she spoke resulted in the British Anti-Lynching Society. When she returned to the U.S., she became the chairperson of the Anti-Lynching Bureau of the National Afro-American Council. Her articles, exposés, and speeches encouraged other organizations, such as the NAACP, to speak out against lynching. When she was 33, she married Ferdinand Lee Barnett, and as she raised 4 children, she continued to work for the issues of ending lynching, Black poverty, and for women's rights. Here's an example of her writing. Not all, or nearly all, of the murders done by white men during the past 30 years in the South have come to light. But the statistics as gathered and preserved by white men, and which have not been questioned, show that during these years more than 10,000 Negroes have been killed in cold blood without the formality of judicial trial and legal execution. And yet, as evidence of the absolute impunity with which the white man dares to kill a Negro, the same record shows that during all these years and for all these murders, only 3 white men have been tried, convicted, and executed. As no white man has been lynched for the murder of colored people, these 3 executions are the only instances of the death penalty being visited upon white men for murdering Negroes. Writing of Ida B. Wells Barnett. Return Saturday for another 3-minute story, and please subscribe below.